Alright, so I was like scheduling my videos, right, for like the next month or so, and I realized that I haven't done a Hawkeye video without any synergies or without their cool masteries. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be like the priority because that needs to change. I need to show you how this guy performs by himself without any synergies or like without any mastery help. So yeah, this is just plain Hawkeye. This is just Hawkeye by himself without any help. No synergies, no recall masteries, nothing like that, right? And I wanted to do this ASAP because I want to do a full showcase of this guy. So like I just need to like get out some gameplay without the synergies at least, because in the big showcase I'm probably gonna do synergies for like the majority of it. But yeah, this is Battlegrounds, just like the current meta, like the weakness meta. Hawkeye, pretty nice for some science champs, I feel like, because his slow access is very easy, and his bleeds just, like, cut through resistances. So, yeah, just very nice for those type of fights. This is a rank 4 Spider-Man 199, and he is just doing a very solid job in getting him down. About a 51-second fight in total, so not bad at all. Now we're going to go into the Eternity of Pain, and I just want to show, like, how Hawkeye performs unboosted, just no recall masteries, no synergies, just by himself for, like, some of these Eternity of Pain fights. So, yeah, this is Dormammu, who I feel like he is the best option for when it comes to like the Thunderbolts. But then again, you can just Hercules this, but it's still easier to like do it with Hawkeye, I feel like, just because Hawkeye just wipes this fight so fast, man. So what you want to do is you just want to power drain him, like keep going for your SP1, and then that'll just reflect the degen onto him, and then that'll just be like your main source of damage output. You can like bring Wiccan, I guess, to like actually do rupture damage, but honestly, the degen damage is fine alone, and you'll get this fight down eventually. It's honestly a pretty fast fight. I think it was like 1 minute and 50 seconds. It's pretty nice, man. And like this just shows how good Hawkeye's power control is. Like in my opinion, I feel like it's a pretty nice upgrade from like the pre-buff, because the suppression is very, very nice. I feel like the suppression is a massive help, and he still does like power drain you, so he does like still have access to that, I feel like. So yeah, just overall I feel like his SP1 is more of an upgrade and not a nerf in the slightest. His slow mechanic, of course, is still amazing. Like Dormammu has Footloose here, and it's like it doesn't even exist because he just counters it so well and so easily. Like Hawkeye's slow, it doesn't have the biggest duration out there, but it's so consistent because it's like on your heavy attack, right? So it's just really easy to like manage and maintain for like the whole entire fight. So yeah, it's just a pretty fun time whenever you use Hawkeye for his like slow mechanic. But yeah, this fight is just very cheesy, man. So cheesy. You just spam SP1, just keep power draining him, keep putting on the slow, and then he just becomes a whole nothing burger, man. So much fun. I just love playing Hawkeye so much, man. And yeah, pretty straightforward solo. That was about like 1 minute and 50 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 1 minute and 50 on the spot, so that's perfect. And now we have this Footloose Diablo. This is just some like regular act content. I just want to show how it performs here without any synergies, because with synergies it's like a 50-second fight or so, I would say, for like most Act 7 fights. So we're going to see how he performs without the synergies and without the recall masteries as well. So yeah, this is just a regular Footloose node. There's also a special delivery to like look out for, but yeah, just like drop a heavy attack and then just like reflects back onto them. So yeah, now we have the SP2 off, which is our main source of damage output, because the Fragile is a nice like base damage increase, and the bleeds of course are ticking pretty nicely now. So yeah, like for most fights I like to go for the SP2 rotation, just because the Fragiles are a massive help for his damage output. They also increase the bleed damage too, which is very important as well. But like the base hits hit like much harder, so that's like also pretty important. I feel like SP2 is just the way to go for sure in like regular matchups. The SP3, it is very nice for very long matchups, but besides that, there really just isn't too much of a use for it, I feel like. So yeah, this fight is going pretty good so far. We get off another SP2, and now things are just looking pretty nice, because now we have 4 bleeds up, and it's just... Oh, actually 3 bleeds up. Did I miss a release? What the... Okay, well, anyways, yeah. Not too shabby overall. I think that was like 1 minute and 12 seconds. Yeah, about a 20-second time difference from like with synergies in the recall mastery. So yeah, not too bad. But also, this Red Goblin fight is much longer than like usual, because I kind of learned that Hawkeye, whenever the opponent has like a lot of special attacks, or just like their special attacks take a very long time, he kind of like gets gimped a little bit, because you need to like pause the bleeds with your special attacks. So yeah, like it becomes a much more annoying fight if like the opponent just stalls, or they have a very long special attack. So yeah, just keep that in mind when playing Hawkeye, that like special attack to take a very long time to like, you know, finish are pretty annoying to deal with for Hawkeye. But then again, he does have an SP1 power drain, so there's that. Like, it kind of just cancels out, right? So yeah, the SP2 is on now, so we can just go for the slow, and now things are just looking pretty good. I think I'll go for SP2 just because it's more damage output. Like the 4 fragiles are pretty nice, I feel like. Though I should probably go for the power drain just because his special attacks are very, very long. But besides that, it is just a very straightforward fight so far. Hawkeye is just doing a very good job at keeping the Footloose controlled. And yeah, this fight is just like way longer than usual, man, because his special attacks take way too long. Like his SP1 takes like 5 seconds, man. His SP2 takes even longer. It's just very annoying. I go for the SP1 here, finally a smart decision by me. But yeah, nonetheless, just, oh, he throws it into my block. That's very nice. I love when the AI does that. Like when the AI does that and like you're fighting against a bishop, that's when it's like the worst, man, because you're actually just like screwed there. So yeah, that was a bit longer than usual, but still not too bad. Now we have this Falcon fight, which is just, it's persistent pressure, so like every 15 seconds he goes unstoppable, and it also has endurance trial. So like you do 100% less damage, but that's reduced by 25% per each debuff on the opponent. So yeah, Hawkeye has a ton of debuffs, man. Like his SP2 has 4 alone, so like he cancels off the node with just 1 SP2. So yeah, it's just a very fun time. But like the slow is just super good. It's just really, really good. It's really viable. It's really like easy to keep up. It's just like, I think it's his best utility probably, I would say, because like you go into a fight, drop a heavy attack, and then the opponent is slowed ASAP. It's just very easy access to it. And like everything else in this kit, you can access it pretty easily, but not as easy as the slow, man. The slow is just way too easy to access. Like the power drain, you need to get to an SP1, the fragiles, you need an SP2, and to get the massive SP3 bleed, you need to go to the SP3, right? So yeah, so the fight is going A-okay so far. Like the slow is putting in its work, the bleeds are doing pretty nice damage output, so yeah, things are just looking pretty great. I'm honestly like 50-50 because I feel like Hawkeye is still very good without synergies, but then again, you are missing out on like a lot of damage output, which kind of does hurt. But then again, you know what, like no synergies is kind of like the meta right now with like Battlegrounds and Alliance War and all that. So yeah, like you have to do a no synergy showcase, man. I feel like that's just like a new silent rule that you should just like always have at least one video showcasing a character without synergies, because it's like the most practical way to showcase them, right? So yeah, that's why I chose to make this video today, just because like I kind of had to, I feel like. But I'm so happy that I did it, because it's important that y'all know like what the character looks like without any synergies or without like their cool masteries, right? So yeah, I don't have any like regret or anything, of course. But yeah, that Falcon fight went pretty well. This Black Widow fight I think goes even better, so that's pretty nice. One thing I'm doing here is that I'm building up to an SP2, but like a very like close to the SP3 type of SP2. So like once I get my SP2 off, I'll be very close to another SP2 already, so I can just use the fragiles to my advantage. And yeah, it's just a pretty fun time. This fight, of course, going pretty A-okay, man. Like, you know what, the slow is still doing its thing, so it's good. It's a good time. The SP2 from Black Widow is very scary to dodge. I feel like if you get clipped once, you're just dead. So yeah, it's not the funnest time, but the SP1 is also super annoying as well. Like, Black Widow has some very annoying special attacks, but besides that, she's a pretty easy defender. But yeah, like, this fight is about to be finished with just one SP1, and yeah, perfect. And now we have the final boss of today's video. So Gauntlet Doom with Hawkeye with like full synergy and the recall masteries is a pretty straightforward fight. It's a very fast fight as well. Without them, it is still a pretty straightforward fight, but it's just a little bit longer. Well, like a minute longer, I would say. But yeah, I'm putting it 2 times speed because it is just a pretty long fight overall. I think it comes about to like 4 minutes long, which is like, some characters still take longer to do so, like being XL and all that. So like you can't really like knock it too much. But yeah, this fight just goes pretty smoothly. This is my first attempt like of the day when I was like recording this video. It's like, may as well just try like Gauntlet Dr. Doom, and then I got on my first try. I was like, dang, that's pretty nice. But yeah, like once the SP3 bleeds are up, then it's like just showtime, right? You just have to keep pausing them as much as you can. Just keep doing heavy attacks, keep doing like light attacks, like keep doing intercepts, and then it becomes a very straightforward time. Hawkeye, of course, counters Dr. Doom with a slow debuff, so yeah, just a pretty good Dr. Doom counter because the bleeds also shred his resistance too. Doom has a lot of like resistance, right? But Hawkeye's Bleach just like cut through it, and they also reduce his physical res as well. So like, you know, it's a double whammy, right? Also in the last SP3, I did not get the perfect release. I got the like plus 12 damage bonus instead. So yeah, that kind of like hurts the damage overall because the duration isn't like at the maximum. It gets like a bit of a duration gimp. So yeah, not the best time, but still we got the critical bleed, so it's fine. But yeah, this fight is going pretty good. Like Dr. Doom and the Gauntlet, one of the hardest matchups with an XL character. So yeah, like he's doing as good as he can, man. But yeah, we get one more SP3 off, and that should be it. Just need to slow play it now to just maximize my damage output and just make sure that I don't like screw this up at the end, which I don't, thankfully. But yeah, could have been dangerous because like my health is looking a little bit low, just because like from all the glancing and the block damage, man, he like really chips you down. But yeah, we still do pretty good. There I took like a full-on block hit, so that kind of hurt. And yeah, I just need to wait it out a little bit, and the fight is done. So that is Gauntlet Doom with Hawkeye without any synergies, or with the recoil masteries as well. And yeah, just pretty cool stuff overall. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on Hawkeye without synergies or the recoil masteries. For me, I think he's still a very viable champion. He's still pretty good overall. And yeah, that's about it for me.